Hey, how's it going everyone? So I'm sure you guys all know by now that Blanka has already been revealed with a gameplay trailer as well as a bunch of information on his move list and V system. So really exciting. I'm actually surprised on how fast this reveal was, considering that, we had Sakura less than a month ago with the launch of AE, and just the day before that, if you guys notice, the Street Fighter logo has already changed for both the Twitter and Facebook pages. It shows a yellow lightning bolt going down with a green background. We already know who the next character is, but it was a hint that the character reveal was coming soon. And then Capcom has also announced that Blanka's birthday was yesterday, so that was the perfect time to reveal him. So let's talk about some Blanka. Man, this character looks great. The animations look on point. His hair is flowing around his head, his arms, his leg. There's hair everywhere during his movement and attacks. He even has shackles around his feet that are dangling around as well. Many of his attacks and specials look familiar with that Street Fighter V twist, adding more combo potential, and he even gained a bunch of new tools as well. Gameplay wise, he still looks very, in your face, rushdown kind of character with plenty of tricky mix-up options and ways to traverse around the screen to keep his opponents on his toes because he's an animal. He also has very interesting VTrigger, which looks a little nuts, I must say. So Winner Stays On and Capcom Unity are going to both do a live stream showcase with him. So I won't go too crazy with this video, but let's start going through with what we see in the trailer. First, Blanka has some decent normal attacks. His standing medium punch and crouching hard punch look like they have good reach, and his standing hard punch and crouching hard punch are both crush counter attacks. Blanka also has his traditional slide attack, his down forward hard punch, which I'm sure will cause a lot of problems for zoners like Guile. Hopefully we can mix up that tier list a little. His crouching medium punch seems like a great anti-air that you can special cancel out of for a cool mix-up which we see in the trailer. Blanka also has his 2-hit overhead, which is his forward medium punch. Finally, we see Blanka has gained a new target combo, which is cool. It's standing medium kick into hard punch, which has Blanka jump up and swipe the opponent down to the ground. Alright, let's talk specials now. The move list is already out on the main Capcom website, and Blanka remains to be a charge character. So we actually haven't seen a charge character even in Season 2. So it's been a long time now. I think the last charge character was Urian. So Blanka still has his jungle hops forward and back, and I'm sure these will be very important for his mix-up game. He also still has his traditional Blanka ball attacks, of course, the forward version, back step version, and the one that goes upwards. I doubt Capcom will make these save on block. I'm sure those days are over, but they do cause a knockdown, which is good, and even put the opponent into a juggle state for some nasty combos when you're using the EX versions. Blanka's electricity has also returned. This is done by mashing the punch button, and that is the only way that you can do this special attack, which is worth noting. The only other character like this is Ed, but Blanka doesn't have any special attacks that are done with 2 punches or 3 punches at the same time, so you won't do it by accident. So this might give a small advantage to joystick users, since the piano input might be useful. Once again, I might have to make a tutorial on that. The EX version of his electricity puts the opponent into a juggle state as well, allowing more combos. Blanka has also gained a new special attack in Street Fighter V, which might cause some controversy, called Wild Hunt, and this is a command grab. Because why not? Let's give Blanka, more options to open you up. So this isn't your, traditional command grab, because Blanka has to leap up in the air first. Think of it kind of like Birdie's Bull Revenger, where he leaps as well. We don't know exactly the distance it travels, but we know Blanka goes high enough to dodge low attacks. This will definitely add another layer to his mix-up and offense, especially if this has long range. Alright, so let's talk about his V system now. Blanka's V reversal causes a knockdown and seems to have decent range. Now Blanka's V skill is one of his old moves. It's his Coward Crouch, with different falls based on what button you press afterwards. So Blanka's Coward Crouch makes him go super low to the ground, similar to Fang, and he can dodge attacks and projectiles, which we see in the trailer, and he can also cancel out of his Coward Crouch with his back or forward jungle hop. Now the 2 main follow-ups are with Punch or Kick, and the Punch follow-up is called Wild Lift, which makes Blanka raise both his arms up in the air, and it's like his old, far standing hard punch animation, and this launches the opponent up for an easy juggle afterwards. You can combo into this as well, which was shown in the trailer with standing hard punch canceled into V skill, canceled into the punch follow-up. Alright, now the kick follow from his coward crouch is called Ray Jump. And this makes Blanka do a much lower jump towards the opponent, and he can still do all of his traditional jumping attacks with this. I'm curious if he'll gain V-gauge when landing a jumping attack, and if he does, that'd be really good. Now, Blanka's V-skill has a lot of different uses, and even like the worst case scenario, if it turns out that it's too slow or impractical, you at least have the option of comboing into it to gain some guaranteed V-gauge. So hopefully he doesn't get the Sakura treatment on his V-skill. Now let's talk about his V-triggers. So keep in mind, guys, that both of Blanka's V-triggers are 3-bar V-triggers, so these are big ones, and Blanka has 1000 health and 1000 stun, so he'll at least be relatively healthy when he gets these. And the first V-trigger, V-trigger 1, is called Jungle Dynamo. Alright, so this V-trigger amplifies all of his specials, well, almost all of his specials, his rolls and his electricity, and all these specials now put your opponent into a juggle state, allowing stronger combos and much more burst overall when he lands a hit. They even combo into each other, which is really cool. I'm going to assume that you can't do the EX versions anymore while this is active, because these are probably stronger than them. And you also gain an additional move called Ground Shave Rolling, which is his old super. So this is done by pressing hard punch and hard kick at the same time, which will make Blanka do a roll attack on the spot basically, and you can charge this to make Blanka continue rolling in plays kind of like Sonic, and just like his super did. And in this trailer it shows Blanka comboing to this, so this V-trigger gives him some extra, utility with a new attack, as well as more burst in his combos and specials when you land a hit. Now for V-trigger 2, this is definitely where it gets interesting. This is called Lightning Beast, and it allows Blanka to do a new move called Rolling Cannon, and you can do this by pressing hard punch and hard kick at the same time in any direction. So this is an 8-way directional Blanka ball, which you can do in the air, which you can do multiple times in a row. This can only be done after your standard Blanka ball special, whether it be in the forward version, back version, or upwards version. So the crazy part about this is you can go into his rolling cannon even if his Blanka ball is blocked, which we see in the trailer, which is just nutty. This is nutty. Because in the trailer we see Sakura block it, and then she gets crossed up and then launched into the moon like a pinball machine. Also, the rolling cannon, definitely gives that, John Talbane look from Darkstalkers, or you can even say Ruby Heart from Marvel's Capcom 2. You can use this to extend your combos, you can use it to mix up your opponent, and even just get around the screen at like insane angles. I can't imagine how tough this will be to deal with online, especially with some rollback, double rollback. This V-trigger looks more suited for mix-ups and being trickier if that's your thing. So finally, his super looks like a forward-moving swipe attack into a canned animation, and it's worth noting that his super is a double motion punch, which is not a charge motion like Guile, so Guile's still the only one with a charged super. So overall, my first impression is that Blanka looks pretty strong at a glance, but I gotta be careful because new characters usually come out pretty honest. So let's see how Blanka affects the meta. Will he have a reversal? Will he do high damage? How practical are his mix-ups? I can't wait to get my hands on him, and also too bad we didn't get to see the classic Blanka stage. So maybe we'll get that in the future. Capcom has also showed off his costumes. His battle costume is more of a tribal vibe, and at least the feathers aren't covering up his entire body like it did in Street Fighter 4. You guys remember that obnoxious costume? His mascot costume is absolutely ridiculous. There's already a bunch of memes on the internet already on this, and it doesn't even make any sense. Like, how is he gonna bite you or claw you with this thing on? But whatever. I'm sure this would be the most popular one to troll people online with, for sure. Finally, we already have his nostalgia costume, which honestly looks really good. I'm sure this will have some great colors that go with it too, and I'm curious what the Easter egg code does with this costume. So if you guys are wondering when Blanka will be coming out, it's really soon. It'll be on next week on Tuesday, February 20th. So right around the corner. And the question is, will he come with a free trial like Sakura did? Probably not though, if I were to guess, because Capcom would have already announced that by now already. So another big question is, with the swift release of Blanka being, not even a month apart from Sakura, will we get to see another character next month apart? That'd be too good to be true, but let's hope for those Sagat players out there. It'd be nice to see them before EVO. And as always, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Of course, I'll be breaking down Blanka in much more detail once we get that new footage today. I'll be going through his normals, his specials, and the V-triggers all over again with hopefully some frame data as well. Be sure to like the video too, guys. It really helps out, and I'll keep you guys posted. Let me know what you guys think of Blanka so far in the comments below. Till then, guys, take care.